Welcome to this new and special edition of the Queer God Squad. We are the coolest pastors you'll ever meet. Faith and religion can be complicated for the LGBTQ plus community. Surveys show that evangelical faith is the justification for the greatest attacks on the LGBTQ plus community.
So the Queer God Squad is going to explore our religious community, explore the big news of the day and what it means to you.
And we're going to explore, if we can, find some places that help heal the pain and hurt that religion can be responsible for. We know you're going to find some hope, peace, and fun in our conversation.
It's 3 p.m. and the Queer God Squad is broadcasting daily. This is live, and then we're available on demand.
We are available on all smart televisions, including Roku, Apple TV, Android TV, Amazon Fire TV, YouTube, and Facebook.
In the entire world, nothing like this has ever existed for the LGBTQ plus community before.
I am Reverend Dr. Darrell Watkins, Senior Minister here at Sunshine Cathedral. I am Reverend Dr. Robert Griffin, the Executive Minister here at the Sunshine Cathedral.
And I am Reverend Dr. Michael Diaz, Executive Pastor at Cathedral Hope UCC in Dallas, Texas, currently on sabbatical.
I am the Reverend Kevin Tisdall, the Minister of Education at Sunshine Cathedral.
Radical GOP and evangelicals have launched a culture war on our LGBTQ plus community. They want to push you back into the closet. We're not going. At Sunshine Cathedral, we are here to tell you that you are God's miracle, not God's mistake. Our commitment in partnering with Happening Out Television Network and Queer News Tonight is to give the LGBTQ plus faith communities this voice for change, for hope, that you are not alone. Here we go.
This is the Sunshine Cathedral perspective. Women's soccer coach fired from Christian College for being pro-LGBTQ+. The women's soccer coach at a Christian university near Pittsburgh has been fired after she posted to Instagram 2 messages affirming the value of queer people. Kelsey Morrison also faced humiliation as she was escorted off the campus of Geneva College in Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania. My goodness. We'll come back to that later. She identifies as gay, but it remains celibate in keeping with the school's code, which forbids sex outside of heterosexual marriage. In early April, she posted 2 Instagram posts. The first Instagram post was, "Queer people offer precious gifts to the church. Don't miss out." And the second post said, "Jesus is radically inclusive."
Hey.
Since her firing, an assistant women's soccer coach, Dave Simmons, resigned in protest. Geneva College, which enrolls 1,180 students, is affiliated with the Reformed Presbyterian Church of North America, a small evangelical denomination with about 7,000 members. Like hundreds of U.S. Catholic and Protestant universities, it forbids sex outside of marriage between a man and a woman, both among students and faculty. And in recent years, several evangelical schools have publicly enforced rules prohibiting students from identifying as LGBTQ or advocating for such identities, and explicitly asking faculty to reaffirm their adherence to traditional Christian teachings.
Hallelujah.
Well, there's a lot in this story. I got to tell you, as a person who, I'm a graduate of an evangelical university where we had to sign an honor code. Went to Oral Roberts University.
Oh, yeah.
We had to sign and say we would not engage in any homosexual activity. We wouldn't curse or any of that other stuff.
Just homosexuality, no out-of-sex marriage.
It was a whole list of things, but that was the homosexual.
You had to have a physical fitness standard too, didn't you?
Absolutely.
They were
Every
really,
year.
they control everything. Yeah.
You had to do a whole lot. What makes me very upset about this is she posted 2 Instagram messages, and both of them are pretty benign, right?
Right.
They're just affirming Jesus was radically inclusive. Queer people offer precious gifts to the church. She signed the honor code, right? And she's
Living
committed,
by it, apparently.
Yeah, she committed to being celibate.
Right.
And this is what makes me upset is even when queer people are forced to go through these hoops and all these rules, and even when queer people follow the rules, we're still punished, and not just punished, shamed, literally escorted off the campus like some criminal.
Right.
But kudos to the actual assistant women's coach who resigned in protest. It's great to see there's allies on the campus there in Beaver Falls. But as Christians, we really should do better, shouldn't we?
Wouldn't it be great?
We should do. We should also have adults at this table.
Where?
There are none. There are none. We've lived a long time, but have not reached adulthood. Because, come on, there's some, I'm not even going to discuss why some words in that story are funny, especially if you're in the 8th grade. Those are just funny. But I also want to say about this traditional Christian values sort of thing. I perhaps naively once upon a time believed that grace and love and compassion and kindness were traditional Christian values. There seems to be a great movement afoot to disabuse us of those notions that Christianity isn't about love and kindness. And I mean, really, Jesus was radically inclusive. You might read something into that, but okay, he ate with prostitutes. He hung out with prostitutes. He accepted a tax collector into his company, also known as a thief. Also known as an extortionist, because that was the way it was set up. That a Canaanite woman comes to have her child healed. There's a scripture that says Canaanites should be destroyed on sight. That he didn't punch the woman in the throat shows that he was more inclusive than a fundamentalist reading of scripture would have him be. He was inclusive. He healed people. He touched the untouchable. He loved the unloved. And so you would think, he said, love your neighbor. That, this is the greatest commandment. Love God. What's the greatest commandment? Love God. And the second one is like it. Love people. The first one is love, and the second one is love. And so, how benign, to say Jesus was inclusive. I know the context. She didn't say Jesus is inclusive, so be nice to trans people. She didn't say Jesus is inclusive, so kiss a lesbian today. It was Jesus was inclusive. Period. And that was used against her. That is beyond hateful. Now, the other thing is, LGBTQ plus people have gifts, don't miss out. Are you even not allowed an opinion? Like, okay, I think, even if they're wrong, even if they're going to hell, even if they are God's worst enemies, they still have something to offer the human planet. Can you not even have that much grace?
Well, I think what the school says here in Beaver Falls is that we're telling you who's not welcome here. We're telling you off the bat, and what I want to know is, all this is a Christian university if this university receives federal funding. If they receive taxpayer dollars to operate this operation, then I would think that there's a case here to be made on discrimination by using federal funding, if they're getting any federal funding for any operation. But the other side of this is like, and I agree with you about the opinion. It is a sad day when someone cannot state their opinion and then be fired for it, whether it's on Instagram, even private. But clearly by her posting these 2 comments, welcome, who knows, maybe she had a student that she was healing, family situation. You don't know what was going on, but that she felt comfortable enough to send this message out as a faculty member of this school, and then is fired. This school is telling you who's not welcome there.
And to me, it makes me feel morally compelled to do it.
Yeah.
If I have a student who doesn't feel safe, I need to say something so she knows that at least one person will. Let me though, because there's no such person. So let me be the millennial. Who are those people? Millennialist and Reform and Calvinist and all those. All those people. Not millennials.
I thought you were saying millennials.
Yeah.
Millennials. Wow. Really from oral Robert? From millennialism?
Yes,
but
premillennialism, postmillennialism.
Exactly. So I'm gonna pretend to be one of those people. But what? In fairness, did she apply to this super conservative Christian college? Did she apply to be on faculty thinking it was Star King School for the Ministry, the Unitarian Universalist Seminary? Did she think it was UC Berkeley? Did she think it was NYU? I mean, didn't she know where she was and where she wanted to work? And didn't she know that they were probably super anti-gay? And didn't she really just sort of rock the boat a little bit and then wound up falling into the water? Didn't she really know where she was and intentionally poke them in the eye a little bit?
I don't know how long she's been here, but maybe it was a different administration when she came there that was been more leaning, I'm going to say left-leaning, if you will, and maybe the administration of the school changed. And she was wanting to stake her claim to say, I'm here, and this is my message I want to offer to my students and my fellow colleagues, that this is still a place for queer people, they're a precious gift to us, and don't miss out on it. So I would like to think that, yeah, she knew what we don't know what she stepped into. But for me, it's like, I think she knew where she was. And for whatever reason, she felt the need to take this stand. And I stand with her.
And here we go again with that slippery slope. How much of ourselves do we have to give up simply to be a part of some organization? I know that in my life, I have had to be quiet about some parts of myself, and it was never comfortable. So maybe this woman finally decided that she'd had enough of hiding and she wasn't going to hide anymore. And sometimes when you come out of the closet, there are consequences that you know are going to happen, and you're willing to live through them to be your true self.
Absolutely. I mean, it happens quite often where folks come from a Christian upbringing and they want to give back. And the reality is, she could abide by the honor code, right? She did, and it was actually the school did not keep up its commitments. So I'm gonna stand with her as well.
I like
And
that.
if she did follow the proverbial boat and got wet, I can assure you this action will not be left where it is. There are others who will now see her
Be empowered.
as a beacon of hope, as a safe place to go to. If she got the boat, she rocked the boat, God bless her for rocking the boat.
But
And?
if I
And
if
I like
I
that.
am Reformed, Seventh Day, charismatic, born again, Jesus is on the way back, Presbyterian, whatever, and I really believe that the Bible is super important, basically just God on paper. And I really believe that God on paper says that gay people are just trash, scum beneath our feet. Aren't you really oppressing me by saying by coming to my school and then not abiding by the religion that this school is built on?
As a veteran,
I'm getting good at this.
Who raised his right hand to say, I affirm to protect and defend, so individuals can believe how they want to believe, but that belief does not go to the point of imposing that on someone and say, my way is the only way. You can have whatever right you want to. You can believe what you want to believe, but when your belief, your systems of belief become such that unless you believe the way I do, then there's no room here for you, then we have a problem. Right. That's not the things that veterans or even active people to this day still protect this country and the Constitution to do.
And she's also not teaching New Testament.
Right.
Bible. She is literally the
coach,
soccer
for
coach,
God's sake.
right?
Get the ball in the field, for fuck's sake.
Goodness.
All right.
Oh wow! That we just got fined for X-rated.
But honestly, and I think Michael made this point best of all, is that people are being punished for really being who they are. Because here she says, okay, you say I have to be lonely and celibate and not deny myself physical pleasures and even intimate companionship. I'll do it. All she has said is that I don't think gay people are monsters. They may even have some gifts to offer the world. She has even embraced, unless she's lying, but as far as we know, she's telling the truth, that she has embraced celibacy, enforced loneliness, denying the pleasures of physical intimacy at all. And that's not enough. That you're not miserable enough with that. You have to actually hate yourself. You have to, if you even say there's any goodness in anyone like you, you can't teach people how to kick a ball down the field. Like it's not enough to say you can't do certain things. You have to hate yourself or you're not good enough. And that can't be religion at its best.
Not at all. We are excited to tell you we are going to cruise the Eastern Mediterranean. This fall, this trip will include the world's major religious sites of Christians, Jews, and Muslims as we visit Athens, Egypt, Israel, and Ephesus in our 3 continents cruise. You can find out more and reserve your space at happeningout.travel/sunshine.
Join Reverend Dr. Darrell Watkins and Reverend Dr. Robert Griffin as they host more than 50 people on the Sunshine Cathedral 13-day cruise tour to 3 continents. From just $13.99, you'll visit Athens and cruise to Egypt and the Giza Plateau to see the Great Pyramid, Sphinx, and brand new Egyptian National Museum with King Tut exhibit. Then to Israel for Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. Don't miss the most important Christian UNESCO site in the world, located in Turkey, and the 3,000-year-old city of Ephesus. You also cruise the Med for Rhodes in the Greek Isles and Cyprus. A farewell at the Acropolis makes this a never-before combination of historic sites, a must-do cruise. It's all turnkey inclusive, and a bar is available, all transfers, escorts, hotels, and more. Go to happeningout.travel/sunshine for complete details.
Would you like to join the Queer God Squad on a special winter cruise in 2024? Well, now you can. You will visit Cozumel, Mexico, Grand Cayman, and Ocho Rio. And you can even add an open bar and Wi-Fi. Join us by going to happeningout.travel/sunshine.
Join the Queer God Squad and Sunshine Cathedral for a wonderful Caribbean cruise on the brand new Ultra Deluxe MSC Seascape. The 8-day cruise starts at just $399 plus government taxes. Sail February 10th, 2024 from Miami to Ocean Cay MSC Marine Reserve, the world's best private island. You'll also visit Cozumel, Mexico, Grand Cayman, and Ocho Rios. Join us on an 8-day Caribbean cruise. This winter cruise will be the perfect getaway and an opportunity to support Sunshine Cathedral as a beneficiary. The trip is affordable for all, as you can make a reservation on this cruise for just $1, just $1, to confirm your reservation, and then there's a $99 interest-free monthly payment plan, so it's easy on your pockets. What's more, there's also a free open bar and Wi-Fi program when you pay for just 1 day, $25 transfers to and from the Miami Pier, and an exclusive onboard entertainment program for Sunshine Cathedral guests. This cruise will be a perfect winter getaway for you. Join us by going to happeningout.travel/sunshine.
Happening Out Television Network is a 501c3 nonprofit media platform in the television and radio model of PBS and NPR, but designed for our LGBTQ+ community. The Queer God Squad is part of one of the largest LGBTQ+ media companies in America, Hotspots Magazine and Happening Out Television Network.
Our mission is to support the 10 pillars of the LGBTQ+ community, including the Black community, Latino, lesbian and queer women, trans students and youth and seniors, HIV and AIDS, healthcare, social justice. Business and other 10th pillar is faith. Help us support our LGBTQ+ community.
That's today with the Queer God Squad. We want to thank you for joining us. We are here daily at 3 p.m. to have some fun and discuss what our LGBTQ+ community is talking about.
Sunshine Cathedral is the world's largest progressive queer church. Progressive, queer, and God are words that naturally should go together. And we are all in this together. Remember that.
You are God's miracle, not God's mistake.
Until next time, we are the Queer God Squad. Bye.
Bye.